the two competitive sides plus the house at large. I am Masereka Nelson from the formative side and plus my colleagues who are Viralinias and Honorable Rita. I have come to talk about the resolution which is stated that this House believes that investing in agricultural education and awareness program can foster a culture of sustainable farming practices and environmental stewardship. Mr. Judge, allow me first define the key terms associated with the resolution. The first one is investing. Investing means putting money in something so as to gain profits. Another one is cultural education. This is the training of students, the skills concerned with agriculture. Then we have awareness. Awareness is having information or knowledge about something. Then also have program. This is a set of related measures that will be particularly used in a long-term aim. Then we have foster. Foster means to encourage something or put something first. Then also have culture. This is the way how people live and behave in a given society. Then also have sustainable. Sustainable means having something at a certain rate or maintaining something to go on. Then also have environmental stewardship. This is, in simple terms, it means the way how you can conserve the environment. And our team, we suggested that our status quo is that investing in agricultural education and awareness program can foster a culture of sustainable farming practices and environmental stewardship. And our perimeter will be Uganda. So we suggested the following points. One, it's only through agricultural development. No, it's only through investing in agricultural education and awareness program that stakeholders, it can enable stakeholders to discuss potential interventions and level points of promoting local stewardship. And it is only through this resolution that stakeholders are enabled to address some of the complex and urgent problems facing the society. Agricultural education and awareness program have enabled the government under its agencies like the National Environmental Management Authority to raise the profile of environmental stewardship and valuable and relationship with the environment. Also, through agricultural education and awareness programs, there have been establishment of agricultural training institutions like Bukalasa Training Institute. We also need agricultural education in training students. We are also going to be able to get electrological officers who will help in the conditions of weather through having invested agricultural education and awareness programs in our daily life. The judge allowed me to rest my case.
Thank you for that wonderful presentation. Allow me welcome the first speaker from the delegation for cross-examination.
Competitive science plus the house at large. My name is Bira Janina Asmawe from the delegation side, coming here as the first speaker from the World Food Program. My first comedian, calling himself their farmer, talked about something like it's only through investing in agricultural education that can enable stakeholders to address people about the cultural environment. I wish to just ask you, how do you think those people, the ones we call our forefathers, acquired that knowledge about agriculture? Is there anyone who taught them? Is there anyone who sensitized them? There are some things you should know. Something like agriculture, it doesn't need a lot of knowledge. Besides, education is everywhere. And then, you talked about the best techniques. I wish to ask you and tell you, inform you very well, that agriculture has existed since immemorial. We already know that agricultural sensitization exists. You sensitize many people, but what has agriculture done to us? It employs over 80% of the rural population, and then 64.3% of the urban population. Have you seen anything like development within us? We are still considered a third-class country for your own information. My dear judge, I'm not very smart.
Thank you, the first speaker from the negation point, for that wonderful cross-examination. Allow me welcome the second speaker from the affirmative, and that is for rebuttal. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear judge. My name is Bira. I say that this house believes that investing in agricultural knowledge is the only way to investing in agriculture education and awareness program can foster a culture of sustainable farming practices. My first speaker from the negative side, I say that agriculture can be there without education. I would like to inform you that agriculture is both modern and traditional, and this means that our forefathers used to get agricultural knowledge from their forefathers through informal education, and informal education and non-informal education and formal education, they are both education. So this means that agriculture cannot be there without education. So my dear negator, you rather sort yourself. I do believe that it is only through education that someone can be able to carry out sustainable farming practices. In the former ways of agriculture, like in the ways how our forefathers used to practice agriculture, they used to use mulching, and mulching, you cannot know that you are supposed to use dry crops or dry materials to mulch your garden. It is also through education that you learn that you must first dry your husks or your plant materials and then scatter them around your garden. So I'd like to inform you that agriculture cannot be there without education, my dear negator. Another thing was that though Uganda has been investing in agriculture education, there have not been improvement. I'd like to inform you that you have not impressed the programs of the government. You, my dear house, you see the nuts. Nuts was a program from the government, but it was collapsed because people didn't invest in it. Just because people thought it was a political program. That's why you never got profits from it. The opposition side from the government, it also led to the failure of this program. See, that is the program, it's the government program, and that's why you see that it's only through embracing government programs and through education, agriculture education, that we can foster a culture of sustainable farming practices. Thank you, my dear judge.
Speaker from the negation side for that wonderful rebuttal. Allow me call upon the second speaker from the affirmative.
It really hurts me when I see impressing this and people are not understanding what's taking place. The thing is, well, we are not against agricultural education at all, but we are all about investing in agricultural education. Please, mark our lips, it's like you're mistaken. We clearly stated that once we prioritize, once we investigate in agricultural education, what has it done? Agricultural education itself has been living over decades, but simply because it has done nothing. That's why you're chairing chairs here talking about it. If it was not causing a problem, we couldn't be chairing chairs. And there's a saying which says, you'll never find a problem, you'll never find a solution to a problem unless that problem is hunting you again and again. Our second speaker came here and talked of this is failing already. He was supporting us. He came and talked of that the investing in agricultural education, it's failing simply because we are failing to impress it. So that shows that you're weak, nothing you're doing. You should go away. Come together we will. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that cross-examination. We are coming close to the end of the debate, and I'm going to invite from each side one speaker for rebuttal. So try to see how best you can win the debate to your side, because you are forming. Thank you very much. So affirmative for rebuttal.
He said that it is only through agricultural education that there has been establishment of agricultural institutions, for example, Kalasa. My dear, also would like to inform you that it is only through Kalasa that our students are equipped with knowledge and techniques on how they can perfectly fight with the pests. My dear judge, you can take a look at this picture. Assessed in 2021, the March season, but it was only through agricultural education that we were able to come up with a chemical called THRAIF, which were used to come up to fight the pests. My dear judge, it is only through investing in agricultural education that our people will be able to be getting the knowledge on how they can fight pests, and also we know that investing in agricultural education and awareness program, that when you have sustainable farming practices, you can easily steward the environment. My dear judge was also stated by it is only through agricultural education that we need that tell us the amount of rain to be received in a given area. If you know that in this season you're going to have heavy rains, it means you're going to plant crops which are not conforming to the season. So my dear judge, that's why I say that investing in agricultural education and awareness program is the only way that we can fight, that we can improve or foster a culture of sustainable farming practices and environmental stewardship. My dear judge, I clearly stated that it is only through agriculture that our country, Uganda, as well that the Uganda's economy is based on agriculture. And my dear judge, according to Uganda Bureau of Statistics, it shows clearly that Ugandan agriculture contributes 23.84% to the Ugandan gross development product. And that's why you say that we need to invest in agricultural education, create awareness to the people. If you want to practices which are conforming to the environment, you are going to plant trees, you're not going to encroach on river banks, you're not going to build around river banks, but rather you are going to practice practices like you're going to do recycling, you're going to collect plants to be taken for recycling, but that's conserving and promoting environmental stewardship. My dear judge, Uganda being based on agriculture, it is only through agricultural education that our stakeholders have come up with complex ways, that the most complex and urgent problems facing the society. Members are referred to the locusts that hit northern Uganda in 2021. The government was able to come up with knowledge on how they can fight locusts through investing in agriculture education awareness program. My dear judge, I'd like to let you know that it is only investing in agricultural education that the government has been able to fulfill its strategies and we are going to get knowledge, techniques, and how to guide our farmers. Our farmers need knowledge on how they can best carry out agriculture. You see, I'll refer you our farmers who do farming. On farming of animal production, in order to improve on products, you need to avoid problems like inbreeding. So it is only through investing in agricultural education that we shall have trained officers who will get the knowledge and techniques on how they to avoid inbreeding on farms, and this will help to improve on the productivity of our country, Uganda. My dear judge, I raised my case.
Thank you very much. The speaker from the affirmative side for that wonderful rebuttal in form of a conclusion. Allow me focus my attention to the last speaker from the negation point to come for final rebuttal. Welcome.
Bamboo Sanit is my name. My dear judges, the two antagonistic sides, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you all. I am the ambassador from the World Food Program, and before I go far, I would like to thank you, my affirmatives, because you've given us a go ahead. I want to thank you, by the way. You had not read the resolution well, I think, because you are supporting our side, because the third speaker has clearly said it, that I want to inform my team affirmatives who are farming, and we are negative, my dear, for your own information. Result, this house believes that investing in agricultural education and awareness programs can foster a culture of sustainable farming practices and environmental stewardship. My dear judges, allow me show you that we all know that action speaks louder than words. So what will it help us? How will we benefit with having the knowledge and yet we are not applying it? I want to show you that agricultural education, awareness programs, they are all as mankind. They have been there since immemorial, but what are they really doing? You've clearly said it well. According to the statistics, that 23% is the only percent we have in food productivity. And I want to show you what of the remaining percent. Where is the 77% remaining, my dear one? So are we developing or we are going backwards? I want to show you that we are not developing. And we all know that agriculture has been the backbone of Uganda. That through investing in agricultural education and awareness programs can foster a culture of sustainable farming practices and environmental stewardship. I want to tell you that no, they cannot. Because they said of best techniques, and also they can help us on fostering rain. Let me tell you this, we are being sensitized day and night. Let it be Mahango, let it be Fort Potro. They are moving day and night. But we see, the very people who are sensitizing us, let's take an example of the secondary teachers who are teaching agriculture. Take a look of the lecturers at the university. You find the very person is the very person buying food in the market. Is he using really the knowledge? And will the knowledge help? And should we still invest in agricultural education and awareness programs? Instead, the money that is being spent in awareness programs and agricultural education, let's invest it in technology. How will technology help us? I know people are wondering. And to really afford technology, and here with technology, this is where we come in with proper irrigation methods, whereby we have the use of sprinklers. We are seeing people, take a look. I just want to give lively examples. I don't want to go far. Take a look here. People are cultivating along the riverbanks of Nyamaba. Crops are being washed day and night, but still people insist and do what? And take the same measures. And of course, they have knowledge. Not giving me the net to fish. I want to tell you that if with technology here, we are going to come in with the use of irrigation sprinklers, whereby they are going to help us to extend people who are cultivating along the riverbanks so that they can have access to water even when they are in far away, in distant places. That's what I want to show you. My dear judges, allow me rest now.
The current speaker talking of technology. Yes, technology is used in agriculture, but you have invested technology in agriculture, you have invested in agricultural education to promote sustainable farming practices using the knowledge of the technology, but it's used in agriculture, hence investing agricultural education in agriculture. Then you have also talked about teachers who teach agriculture, that they will, after teaching agriculture to students, they will go to the market buy food. They have told me about agriculture. I'll go plant my crops, they will come and buy because they have told me. That's the knowledge we are talking about, agricultural education. I've used the knowledge they've taught me to plant so that they can buy from me and I get developed.
Thank you for such a question. The riverbanks of Nyamaba, are they not sensitized? They are sensitized, but because they lack technology, like sprinklers, as I've said it well, that's why they still insist and cultivate along the riverbanks of Nyamaba, because they don't have any other option, my dear one. Also, the teacher who is teaching you is supposed to apply that knowledge. My dear judges, allow me to rest my case.
I love the spirit. I can see that Rwenzori is moving forward. We are not about to pass a verdict, but all we can say is the environment was educative, the environment was accommodative, the environment was full of maturity in presentation. We love both teams, and the best team, like I said before, will always win. Thank you, Team Negation, Team Affirmative. First of all, for understanding the theme. It is not easy. Our theme reads thus: this house believes that investing in agricultural education and awareness programs can foster a culture of sustainable farming practices and environmental stewardship. Rebuttals and cross-examinations were in line with what was presented. I loved it. Only that, a simple comment from the reflection I made as I was adjudicating, there were signs of not serious preparation somewhere. Especially, I intentionally gave you enough time for presentation, breaking the rules. Like instead of 3 minutes, I choose to give you 5, but I see someone present for 2 minutes and nothing more. Yet there was a lot, basically for rebuttal, basically for cross-examination, basically for proving your point. But like I said, of course, THRAIF is here purposely to do debate coaching, engage head of institutions, engage debate clubs to see how best we can reach to you the best practices of debate, and that is going to be through our education and research programs under one of the dockets, which is to be referred to as Scholars in the Incubator. And we shall do a lot of coaching across schools. Like the Guardian did mention at the start, we really want to see how best we can cultivate a culture of debate in our students, so that if we must, then we can always have the sky as our limit, because we want to see how we can engage these young people, do serious coaching. Government facility loves you, and to begin with, for you, you're going to be incorporated today in Rwenzori Debate Society free of charge. The other schools will have a fee to be part, but for you, by virtue of this engagement, by virtue of being part of this day, you are there. Congratulations. Allow me call upon the public speakers who are present in line with the same theme, so that we can have this curtain raising session closed. I'll begin with the one from Bright Academy. Step forward for public speech.
Normally when I'm to give a speech at school, obviously after singing the national anthems, I make sure that I give my speech right after singing the Rwenzori anthem. And that's what encourages me most. So that's why last time I did not sing the Rwenzori anthem while singing the national anthems. I just like keeping it aside. So, in due time, at least 1 minute from now, I request you all to please stand up and we sing our region's anthem. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. We are going to sing one stanza, the first one. Rwenzori wetu, Rwenzori wetu, Rwenzori wetu mulirirwa, tukabya trama kusamalira ngokoli ebitsange ibyacu wana itrebosi. Okay.
may all have your seat. Why I normally use this anthem even at school is because of its joy. It first shows that our region, okay, when you sing the anthem, it actually shows that you love your region. The anthem when you get the night, okubakonzo you get the night, wanzire the kingdom. Obukamo oberenzuru. And in the anthem itself, when he's saying that Trukabya Trukakusamarera, Trukatema, when we see you, we're happy. But in this generation since 2015, these days people are saying Kasese, or Kasese is hard. There's no money in Kasese. Kasese is not profiting me. You find this is a person who's born in Kasese, whose grandparents were born in Kasese, died in Kasese, his children are born in Kasese, but he says Kasese is no more good for me. So I want you to think about something that says, it's a question that came to my mind when I was told to come here. It's, what is a life without green pasture? Many of us wake up from our houses. Many of us who live mainly in the town center. All you see is the nice buildings, the large TVs, maybe the billboards on the streets. Maybe in your compound you only have pavements to the gates. You have no grass in your compound, at least to lie on. You don't have the nice tree to give you fresh air. We have now went back to the ACs to give us the fresh air, the artificial made fresh air. We are forgetting our natural environments. Why many of us suffer here in Kasese with droughts is because we do not have sustainable agricultural practices. We do not have practices that will keep our environment green. Like we have floods in the mountains. Why? Because most people are so focused on economic bankruptcy. They're so focused on money. They only want to clear the whole land for farming, and once the season is done, bang, they leave the land bare. No tree, no plant there. Obviously, when it rains, the floods will have to shed everything down in the valley. Because we're not planting trees, we're not adhering to agroforestry, a branch in agriculture as well. So I call you upon you all, let's come and adhere agriculture. Let us go hand in hand with sustainable agricultural practices. I can tell you one practice that will change Kasese. It's a common practice, but most people don't mind about it. The practice is afforestation. No more omalkonzo ne heramitri, and heramitri okwabuchalabu nene, and heramitri omachitswe kachinene. Iwa hera emitri minene. You plant so many trees, and that will give us rainfall even in the summer. But that's why we reach summer and we have no rainfall, because we have no trees in our district. You find a person in a compound of over 66 by 2 meters, has only one tree, and obviously when summer comes, the whole tree will have to dry, because then there are not many trees to support it as well. Why? Because we're not adhering to agricultural sustainable practices. Our great-grandfathers, our fathers have all carried out agriculture. Why not us? Let us not be deceived by the ongoing syndrome, by the ongoing movement of saying that we want a digital world, we want to build a city. Okay, Kasese can be a city, but it's not that we should clear all areas. We need trees, we need grass, we need plants, we need our soil to be fertile. So afforestation will help us very much. The second is what we're doing right now, sensitization. We are teaching people how to plant trees, why they should plant trees, and the benefits of planting trees. As I've said, when we plant trees, we shall get rainfall, and it will be an overgoing cycle of rainfall. So I'm talking about sensitization here, because the most aspect needed in sensitization, it is called soil science. The doctor can explain it best, but as far as we have gone in agriculture at school, if you don't know the type of your soil, you won't know the type of your plants, or you won't know the health of your plants. You cannot plant beans for 5 years and you think they'll be healthy. No. You have to change. It's called rotational, it's called intercropping. Yeah. And there's another branch to that. The doctor will explain it best. You cannot plant beans for 5 years and you think that it will grow. No, it won't. The first year it may, the second year it may, the fourth year it may, maybe somehow you'll get some diseases with the plants. But the fifth year, you'll be like, my land is no more fertile. That's what I want to show you. You don't plant the same breeds, the same plants on the same land. You always have to make changes. So this even takes us to animal rearing. We normally have one plot to rear animals. This season you're there, even when the grass is not there, you force the animals to still eat on that grass, causing overgrazing. That's causing soil erosion when it rains. And what do you suffer? Land degradation. The land gets spoiled. So we also need to keep moving around our animals in town, feeding them in different plots of land. And my concern for me to be here is mostly those people in the mountains, since my mom lives in the mountains. My mom has built over 5 trees on just one plot. I'm so happy for that. I mean, she has planted 5 trees on just one plot. I'm so happy for that. She has even put some small-scale garden, a vegetable garden, which most people in town don't have, though they don't even have a tree in their compound. So, if we at least plant trees in our hilly areas, the town will be okay. Because most runoffs come from up there in the mountain. Most floods, there are no trees which have roots to be able to hold the soil together to avoid those runoffs to come with soil over to the lowlands, the valley. As we know, we are all living in the valley. If we don't hold these mountains very well, if we don't plant their trees, obviously the down people here, we shall suffer. That's why you find people coming with their goats from the mountains to come and feed here in the valley, because the mountains are not okay. Thank you. I had much to say, but for the sake of time, this is all I'm guilty. Thank you.
Spirit, I hope Bwana Zukwa, you are able to see talent. Those are the kids under your rocket. Good job. Renzori Christian, do we have somebody for public speech? Come forward.
Mocha Village. Mocha Village. Ladies and gentlemen, I salute you all. My name is Bira Linias, the local council of FAIDA for Kasese district. I take this honor to thank all of you for the patience you have endured since the heat of floods when you are here in the camp. It has come to my notice that most of the people mismanage the environment by cutting down trees and do not make any replacement as per the law. By building around riverbanks, involving themselves in improper agricultural practices, by burning fossil fuels that pollute the area, and practices of soil erosion. See, all these have made floods and other disasters inevitable. Though heavy rains and climate change, alongside other factors, cannot be undermined. Ladies and gentlemen, I therefore urge that we all be responsible and try as much as possible not to affect our environment with any unnecessary activities, because it is due to the inevitability of these floods that are here in the camp. Lives have been threatened, property and of some of us and our relatives have been damaged, and see, we have damaged infrastructure. We have been prevented from access to improper and essential public services and many others. My dear members, I therefore urge that we all be responsible and try as much as possible not to affect our environment with unnecessary activities. Because these unnecessary activities, it is in return that we are affected greatly, though as an individual you may not directly be a victim. But let's look at our neighbors, our friends and relatives. My dear members, I therefore say that, nevertheless, as you are gathered here in the camp, As your chairperson local council 5, I am going to work hand in hand with the government in ensuring that products, items like food, clothes and other items, basic needs are provided to you to ensure that you feel loved and enable you feel at home. My dear members, don't worry because we are aware of what you're going through. I'm also going to work together with some NGOs like Red Cross, Save the Children, to enable you also provide some services are extended near to you. My dear members, do not feel neglected because we are sympathetic and empathetic of what you are going through. So, let's not work and affect our environment. As I finalize, I wish to say that we all try as hard as possible and educate our fellow members on how best we can protect our environment, plant trees, like practicing agroforestry, afforestation, avoid practices of soil erosion, let's mulch our gardens, let's not encroach on our river banks because these are the causes of floods. My dear members, I therefore say that let's comfort our neighbors, let's comfort our friends because it's not your own making to be here in the camp. Thank you for listening to me, for God and my country.
To thank and congratulate every person who is in this house for purpose of the day. In a special way, I thank the two teams, that is both negation and affirmative, for the job well done. I also extend my appreciation to the two public speakers. You are not only here because you must be here, but you are here because you were chosen. And you are not here for your sake, but you are here to represent the schools from where you school. And that is Bright Academy Secondary School and Renzori Christian Vocational Secondary School. We are proud of you as scholars. We are proud of you as parents. We are proud of you as administrators, because amidst us is the chairperson, Ashu, who doubles for Kasese as a district, but also for Renzori as a region. Mr. Nzukwa, we are proud of you. We wish you all the best in all your endeavors. Thank you. The parents, the invited guests, and everyone who is present today, this has been a curtain raising session, which was basically debate on a given theme and public speech equal on a given theme. You have seen how best debate, if well inculcated in students, can foster a spirit of nice presentation, nice argumentation, nice dissemination of information, how calm they were, how presentable they were, how elaborative they were. I loved it. I can see future leaders in these young gentlemen and ladies. We put a very long plus, long tick on you. The sky should be your limit.